Welcome to Luster National's open house, and thank you for sharing your time with us. We will be recording this 30-minute event for posterity. We have one presenter from the company here today, the president of Luster National, Mr. Robert Luster. And after he completes his presentation, we will have a Q&A session. Please feel free to post your questions in the team's Q&A section at any time during the open house. We will read your questions and respond accordingly during the Q&A session. Our first speaker is the president of Luster National, Mr. Robert Luster.
Thanks, Sargon. Well, welcome everyone, and thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us today. And the goal of the time we're spending together is to just give you a perspective of who Luster National is, a little about my background, and what we're doing in the great state of Texas. So I started this company 32 years ago after I had gotten out of the Army, spent 11 years, 7 of those on active duty and 4 in the reserve. And then in 1990 started Luster National. We are a program, project, and construction management firm. And when I started it, I built it on 3 pillars: client focus, social responsibility, and integrity. On the client focus, we spend a lot of time as an organization making sure that we understand a client's stated intent and any supporting goals, and then we come up with solutions, viable solutions that are able to provide sustainable results that a client is seeking. For social responsibility, we try very hard to make sure that wherever we're working, that we make sure that opportunity to help local residents, student interns at colleges, to participate and work on projects is an active part of our outreach. And integrity speaks for itself. In our industry, our word is our bond, and we put a lot of emphasis on that. Next slide, please. I wanted to go ahead and give me Bobby's profile, please. So Bobby Vickery was going to be on the call today. He couldn't make it due to some technical difficulties, but I wanted you to learn a little more about him. He's our Senior Vice President in charge of national sales. He spends half of his time in Texas and the other half he's out of Atlanta, Georgia. Bobby truly is a phenomenal part of our organization. He's been with Luster National now for 11 years. And he's primarily responsible for the creation and sustainment of relationships with our teaming partners, our clients, participates in our internal recruitment efforts, and is looking downrange as far as where does Luster want to be in 2, 3, 4 years. And so he is a critical part of our leadership team. And so I do hope some of you may have already met him. For those who haven't, I hope you do get to meet him. He's a very dynamic individual. So I put this map up of the United States, and I wanted to kind of give you an overview of who Luster is and where we are. You can see our geographic footprint spans from New York, Georgia, Texas, and California. And we have our fingers crossed, everyone, that maybe by April or May of this year, we can put Maryland up there as well. This geographic reach is something very important. We really try to work hard on making sure that we have a geographic diversity of work, and it helps our team members, some of them who might be working on a project in Atlanta, Georgia. We've had many that have transferred over to projects in Texas or gone to New York or likewise. So it gives those who are interested an opportunity for mobility. I'm really proud to say that Luster is an ISO 9001-2015 certified firm. So our firm and all of our processes and systems have gone through the rigorous review and in third-party audit for the ISO certification. And that we're trying to always reinvent ourselves and make sure that to folks like yourself who may be interested in joining our organization or our teaming partners and clients, that we have taken the time to make sure that as an organization, we are prepared, for the dynamic industry that we're in. The sectors that we're focused on primarily are in roads and bridges, aviation, and transit. We do some vertical work. We've got some healthcare projects. We've got some K through 12 projects. We've done some higher ed in the past. And we've done federal government work for NASA. We did work for NASA for many, many years at the in Houston, Texas, Johnson Space Control Center, GSA, and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. So the types of work that we're pursuing and the different types of clients we have, again, that's all part of our strategic plan, is to have a certain level of diversity so that we're going to be able to address, the ebbs and flows of the cycle of capital expenditures. Specifically in Texas, we've been in Texas since 2001. Our first office was in Houston, Texas. When we were doing work for the Galveston district and working also for FEMA. FEMA is one of our largest clients, and so we were working all throughout Texas because of the hurricanes. The Austin office was open last April of 2021. And so with those two offices, we think we're well poised for the volume of work that is planned based upon the capital expenditures and the federal funds that will be coming down. We anticipate those funds hitting probably in the fall of this year. So clearly 23, 24, 25, and 26, Texas is going to have billions and billions of dollars that will be applied primarily in the areas of roads and bridges, transit, and aviation. And we're very excited to be in Texas and preparing ourselves for the volume of work that's coming. We had a recent win where we're now part of the GEC team that's working for the it's about a $2.4 billion modernization at the Austin airport. And we've been working for the last, I think, 8 years now on TxDOT projects, which have been, quite exciting. As all of you may or may not know, that TxDOT is one of the biggest contributors to the expansion of work there in Texas. What we're hoping to accomplish as we move forward in 2022 is there's going to be new opportunities. Again, at the Austin airport, we're working on one of our TxDOT assignments. We're vigorously pursuing an opportunity with the Texas High-Speed Rail. We're vigorously pursuing some work with the Cap Metro in Austin. We're vigorously pursuing work in Houston with their transit agencies and some of the city of Houston Unified School District. So there's a lot of different things that we're looking at right now. And for that, we're going to need, the best and the brightest and making sure that they have a sufficient amount of notice so that we can make sure that your personal goals properly align with what we're trying to do as an organization. So that it's a good fit, because what we're all about is making sure that as we move forward, that the individuals that are working with us are given an opportunity to grow professionally. If you have obstacles, we're going to try to eliminate those or develop workarounds so that when you wake up in the morning every day, you feel good that your family is secure and that you have an opportunity to grow. And with that, I'm going to stop talking, and maybe now we can start talking amongst ourselves with some of the questions.
Okay, we will now begin the Q&A session. Our first question here we have, in this COVID period, can you share your outlook in the construction industry?
So COVID certainly has thrown all of us a curveball. I would say that probably 80% of our staff right now across the United States, they're all working remotely. The one exception is our CE&I work that we're doing, the construction inspection, which is still on site. But even there, they've made modifications as to where they're working. And some of them are basically, just, in their trucks, often doing their report, so they don't have to be in the office. COVID is here. I think that I'm seeing, that the CDC guidelines are changing almost weekly now. Hopefully the Omicron, we've peaked. And I think over the next, 2 months, we'll have greater clarity. I think most in-house mandates for a mask are being eliminated, which is great. So we can hopefully get back to some level of normalcy before the end of this calendar year.
The next question is, what advice can you give to a college student in the construction field?
Yeah. For college students who are seeking an opportunity, this is a great time. The next 10 years, our industry is going to have tremendous growth. And we also have an aging workforce, especially with the agencies that we're working with. And so I encourage any college students to be looking for paid internships. This is something that we think is important. Luster National does it, where we work with local universities in a particular geographic area, and then bring on the college students so that by the time you graduate, you will have relevant experience that will then help you in securing that first job.
Another question is, what types of job opportunities are available in Texas?
So the types of labor categories that Luster is seeking is going to be in the areas of project managers, construction managers, and quality construction inspectors, looking for project control folks who have an understanding of P6, looking for contract administrators, looking for folks that do public outreach. One of the things we see that's growing quite a bit now in our services is how does the community become an active part of the process. And so having good public outreach people has been critical. The others is certainly going to be our quality manager. More and more agencies are asking that program, project, and construction management teams develop a holistic quality management plan. And this is one of the sweet spots for Luster. Also in the area of risk, we need risk managers. More and more clients, they're now trying to go to alternative delivery methods. And with that, they're doing more design build, but there still needs to be a client risk management plan where we're doing the workshops and maintaining or developing and maintaining the risk registers.
Okay, these are the questions we received. If there's any other questions, please post them in the Q&A section.
I hope this is helpful. I'd be curious if anybody could at least share, was this something that expanded your understanding of who Luster National is? And is there a way that, is there more information that you would like? I mean, I've just kind of given you a thumbnail sketch of the company. Obviously, you can go to our website. Some of you already have done that, to www.luster.com. But is there anything that you would like to ask me that I haven't answered, that you have a curiosity about?
No, it's clear here.
All right. Well,
all right.
For those of you who came on today to hear about Luster National, I want to thank you very much. Your time is valuable, and your showing interest in learning more about us is greatly appreciated. And I certainly hope that I have an opportunity to meet you and spend more time. So please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to talk to you. And my email address is rluster@luster.com. rluster@luster.com. And again, thank you very much.
This completes our open house. Thank you again for sharing your time with us. Please visit us online at luster.com to check for open positions or to learn more about the company. Thank you.